Hi, my name's. Where's the camera on this?
Camera's right over.
Oh, hi.
Right.
Hi.
It's right there.
Okay. Hi, I'm Maxine Beach, and this is my husband, Ross Watson, and we're going to talk about the movies that we watch while we're in quarantine because, what else? So tonight we came across an interesting movie on Hulu called The Cleanse.
It's from 2016. It stars Johnny Galecki, Anna Friel, Angelica Houston, and Oliver Platt. Um, it was written and directed by Bobby Miller.
And didn't you say this was the second of a trilogy that
Yeah.
Miller was making?
Uh-huh.
It,
I get the feeling it's like a loose thing because the trilogy of tears it's called. The first one being called Tub, a movie in which a man masturbates in the shower and impregnates his bathtub.
sounds so crazy.
I
Do you
get
know?
I get a feeling we'll be watching that at some point.
I don't know about that. So this was the second one of the trilogy, correct? The
uh,
one we watched, The Cleanse. And so it follows this down and out guy, just lost his girlfriend, lost his job, and he's looking for um, something to make his life feel valid and whole again. And he's played by, you can talk about that.
Johnny Galecki from Big Bang Theory and Roseanne.
Yeah, and so Ross was really interested in seeing a movie that he was in, and then, and
Well, Oliver Platt and Angelica Houston.
well, Angelica Houston, I'm a huge fan, and she plays the director, so to speak, of this cleanse. I don't want to call it a cult, but this program that's out in the middle of the woods. She's the director. She's very funky and kind of scary in her part, which she's great at doing parts like that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so this down and out guy, he decides to
Wait, are we
to
doing a review or a whole synopsis?
no, you got to give a little bit of a plot synopsis.
Okay.
Uh, he decides to join this program where he goes out in the middle of the woods and with other people, and they do what lots of people do called a cleanse, where they stop eating and then they drink this stuff that's um, made especially for them to cleanse them out. But I was attracted to the movie not just because of Angelica Houston, but also because it looked like magical realism to me. It's and it looked like it might have some funny parts. I think it's supposed to be a
Horror comedy, yeah.
horror comedy. It wasn't that horrific, but I thought it had all sorts of potential, and so I was really interested in watching it. Um, I don't know. After it was over, I felt like it was a good way to spend an hour and a half, but was it though? You know, um, it was, it's like, we're quarantined. What else are we gonna do? But I'm sure there were much better movies we could have spent our time watching. It was entertaining. It had an interesting premise. It really functions as a metaphor or an allegory for loneliness, for holding on to past hurts.
Uh, I think it serves well as an allegory for something to watch while you eat popcorn.
This is a popcorn movie. Yeah.
It's a popcorn. You're not gonna find the deep. I mean, it's not. The secret meaning of life is not in there. It's not a treatise on philosophy.
I was hoping for more laughs, really, and it didn't have enough laughs. And I don't like horror at all, but just one moment where I jumped out of my chair in fright, I didn't have that either. So I didn't have a guffaw. I didn't like at any point laugh, and I certainly didn't laugh till I cried, which I'd
Didn't
love to do.
didn't do horror particularly well, and it didn't do comedy particularly well,
Mm-mm.
and it didn't do that surreal magical realism.
Not
Weird.
particularly well.
It didn't do anything particularly well, except I found it to be kind of a charming movie. It was not a waste of an hour and a half.
You know what? You said something before we started recording this that I thought was right on the money
Yeah.
about it. And uh, what did you say?
I said that it would work well as an episode of Black Mirror or The Twilight Zone or The Outer Limits.
Mm-hmm.
I think an hour and a half was just a little more time than the dude needed to actually tell this story.
An hour and a half was too long. I got bored and started doing yoga. I kid you not. I did yoga. And maybe I missed something while I was doing yoga, but I don't think I did.
No, you didn't.
No.
Not much.
I'll tell you, Angelica Houston, still not disappointed. She's amazing.
Oliver Platt's not in it very much, but he's really good in it. Johnny Galecki's good. Anna Friel's good.
They were all good.
You know,
They're good actors. You would expect them to be good actors. They are good actors, and they were good
actors.
actors. I think it was the pacing. That's what Ross said earlier, that he thought it would be good as a shorter episode. And I said, yeah, that's exactly what's wrong with it. It's the pacing. It was the pacing. And it couldn't decide what it was, you know, when you say?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm struggling to remember this movie now. There was one that kind of was the same vein, I think. No, maybe not. I don't know. The one with Nathan Fillion and Elizabeth Banks and Michael Rooker.
You have your phone right there. You can look it up. At first, I thought it felt kind of like a Coen Brothers film, and so that made me... My hair is messy. I shouldn't do this when I'm messy. But anyway, at first I thought it was a Coen Brothers style movie. Oh, Slither. Yeah.
Where the little worm things, like, yeah.
I've never seen it.
Yes, you have.
I?
Yeah. It ends with this big giant mass with Merle Dixon, Daryl Dixon's brother, the one-armed racist from Walking Dead, you know?
Anyway, it reminded him of Slither. There was a moment in the movie that I thought of the movie Teeth. Do you know that movie? Have you ever seen Teeth?
I have seen Teeth. Yeah. Yeah, it's same general thing.
Yeah.
Just ridiculous comedy, comic book, cartoon horror.
And the reason why we're both referring to like horror with monsters in them is because there are creatures.
Spoilers.
And that's it. That's all I'm going to say. I won't spoil anything. Nothing. They don't know. They could be watching it. They might not. They would have no clue what kind of creatures or where the creatures come from or anything. For all they know, the creatures could come out of Angelica Houston's mouth.
They could.
They could. You don't know. We don't know. Anyway, that's our review of The Cleanse. What year did that come out? Was
2016.
2016. So, as we continue to be in quarantine and watch movies on Netflix and Hulu and Amazon Prime, we have all the streaming services. We have Disney. We have CBS. We have them all. So we have lots to review. So thanks for watching.